Welcome back to the Shoulder Spotlight podcast. I'm your community leader and host, Adriana. Today we have with us Makda Alemseged.
Hi, Adriana. Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm honored to have you here with me. So for those in the shoulder community who don't know who Makda is, tell us, who is Makda?
Oh, that's a layered question. But let me say, I will start with where it most aligns with shoulder. I am an entrepreneur. I have a business that's focused on self-empowerment that I created during the pandemic. My business is called Jigna, and it means warrior in my mother tongue, in Tigrinya. And the story is, I believe that we're all spiritual warriors. And the idea of that was to help through clothing, because every clothing item has an empowering message, and to help empower people at a time where uncertainty was so high and nobody was addressing how do we cope with the anxiety of it all. So yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, and that's where my heart is. And my deepest passion is being of service to others. And I wanted to do that in a way where it can reach, the masses in a way that I can't individually reach everybody, to just spread the light and spread self-empowerment in that sense.
So getting into the meat of it, what about shoulder inspires you?
Oh my God, what about shoulder doesn't inspire me? I just love how, the concept of shoulder and the heart of it is to the greater good of the collective. It's a community of beautiful souls that came together that believe in the greater good of the collective. And that is just profound to me. And I feel so blessed to be a part of such an amazing community, such as Sholder. It inspires me every day. It inspires me every day that I hold space for somebody and I'm reminded of what we're capable of. It inspires me whenever we have community. I'm able to join our community shoulder hours. And it's just every experience is special in its own way, and it's all inspiring to me.
Why did you choose to be a shoulder?
Why did I choose to be a shoulder? Because I believe in the work that Sholder is doing. And for a long time, I was doing it. I was holding space for people that I had access to, but in a very informal way. So when I was directed to Sholder, it was just a no-brainer. It's just all the sparks were flying. And it's like this, I cannot believe, I feel like I found my home. And
I know how you feel.
Yes, and I don't know if I'm describing it in the right way, but I love it so much because the level of support that Sholder offers is amazing, even for us, for shoulders, for people that hold space. And what it's taught me is that even though I was able to do it in an informal way before, Sholder, through the training that we've received, has helped me do it in a skillful way, and more effective way. And more importantly, what it's helped me that I love is it's helped me also pay attention to myself when I am holding space and after holding space for others, and how you take care of yourself as an empath. And I think that was a missing link for me. So that was very, very powerful. And that's something that I now incorporate into my day-to-day life.
What gifts do you believe you bring to Sholder?
What gifts? I would say, so I'm deeply empathetic. And growing up, actually, it's, how do I put this? It's growing up, you kind of hear a lot of, oh, you're too sensitive, and then you start to kind of hear those narratives about, how people perceive empaths and their level of sensitivity, and you start to perceive that as maybe a weakness, or I'm too sensitive compared to the average person. Meanwhile, in reality, it's a strength. That level of empathy, to me, is a superpower. It's a strength. And I believe that I bring that gift to my shoulder sessions when I hold space to people, because for people, the ability to really be present with the person to a point where you're so connected that you're in it with them when you're holding space. And that allows me to really, it won't be the firsthand experience, obviously, but it would give me an idea of what the person is experiencing. And that allows me to better hold space for that person in a way that they need. I also believe that I believe that I receive guidance from source in my sessions. And that's another gift that I bring, because I truly believe that we are guided when we hold space for people in that sense, because we never know what the session is going to be. Every session is different, yet it's powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I think a lot of people, a lot of shoulders could probably relate to you in that way of feeling like they were told they were too sensitive, growing up, and then, come into the community and they realize that their sensitivity is just another form of empathy.
Yes.
And a connection to that source within.
Yes, absolutely.
Utilizing that connection helps connect to the fabric.
Absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm. What shoulder skills do you use in your daily personal life?
The shoulder skills, in my daily and personal life.
Yeah, like, do you notice if it's like influenced you and how you question your friends or family or, any of your relationships?
Yes. I've noticed a difference in how effectively I'm able to hold space now. I think for lack of better words, it took longer being able to hold space and getting to a place where they feel lighter than when they first came in. With shoulder and the skills that we're learned, I feel I'm able to do it so effectively, so in a shorter amount of time. The art of powerful questioning and reflection is a big part of that for me. It's the forefront. I also use grounding techniques and breathing techniques for my own self. There were many times when I would feel very overwhelmed and not being able to really identify what those emotions are, or even process them and put them to bed in real time. Post shoulder training, it's amazing. I'm able to do that for myself. And so using those techniques, especially through breathing exercises and through embodied exploration, and just being able to identify certain emotions, that has been very powerful. That's something that I use for myself in my day-to-day.
I love that you brought that part up. I don't think in a shoulder spotlight podcast to date we've had anyone bring that up, though I know it's a common thread of
embodied exploration.
Of the ability to shoulder oneself, right? Like, there has been so much movement throughout us shoulders in our own abilities to be able to hold space for ourselves once learning those valuable techniques. And I think that needs to be held accountable in a way that is truly remarkable. The ability to take a moment, to take a breath, to go within, whether self-embodiment, breath work, whatever you want to do, or just sitting with the emotions that you're feeling. Separating yourself from those emotions so that you can effectively be the observer, be the witness, and hold space.
Yes, and conceptually, that was something that I understood, but I didn't see, or I don't think I had the skill set to apply it to myself until shoulder. And
right.
That was just
right.
for me. And it was huge for me.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would say I 1,000% agree with you on that. Like, it was the same for me. It's like, the concepts were relayed to me, and they were like almost relayed to me in this cryptic, ominous way. Like I had some puzzle to undo, or, and I'm like, I don't understand the words that you're saying. And then Sholder gave it to me in this like easy handbook,
Yes. Hmm.
So how has your life changed because of Shoulder?
I would say that it's definitely given me a lot more confidence, um, because it's allowed me to hone in on my gifts and sharpen them. It's given me confidence also in terms of the community that I have in Shoulder. I really love the community in Shoulder, and like the way that I feel the love in my heart, the love and the support, you would think that we're all living under the same roof. That's how strongly I feel it. But it's truly been something that I hold dear to my heart, I walk with it every day because I feel the support, and it's genuine, and it's so beautiful to be a part of a community that's genuinely supportive and
Mhm.
in a way that's very loving.
Mhm.
And so that's something that I pull from. It's given me a lot of confidence, and yeah, it's a great feeling. It just leaves a warm feeling in my heart.
Yeah, so besides that, what else keeps you involved in the Shoulder community? What else?
The ability, I would say, the ability to help more people, to have access, to be of service to others in a greater way, um, through Shoulder. That's definitely something that keeps me focused and engaged in Shoulder.
Mhm.
Hmm. And I'm excited to also, I believe, like, I'm still, I will always, I'm dedicated to learning and growing, and I'm excited to see, additional things that I can learn and grow from with the help of Shoulder.
All right, if you were to leave the Shoulder community tomorrow, what
Mhm.
insights that you learned through shouldering might you take with you?
If I was to leave the Shoulder community, in terms of shouldering, a lot. I mean, well, if I was to go down the list, it would be, like I said, the art of powerful questioning, is amazing to me. The art of reflection, I really like, because I've seen people like help themselves and heal themselves, and it's so powerful, even in one session through those methodologies. So I'm definitely taking those with me. The art of embodied exploration is even more powerful, and I think that's something that's so unique, which I love. I'm definitely taking that with me. All of my grounding techniques, all of those good stuff.
The whole workbook, basically.
Everything, all of it.
Well, if you were to leave the Shoulder community tomorrow, as opposed to leaving Shoulder, what would you leave us with? What little juicy piece of Makda would you leave us with?
Hmm. I would say, a little bit of introspection or reflection goes a long way, because I just want everybody to be reminded that they've overcome 100% of their obstacles. They're here today because they did. And if you're able to do that, there's nothing that you can't overcome again. So I want people to be able to pull from themselves their own power, their own wisdom, given their life experiences, and you can do it.
Beautifully said. I love that. I would love to see some of your clothing. Do you
Oh,
have a website?
I do actually. It's jignatribe.com.
And that is spelled how?
JIGNA tribe, TRIVE.com. And last year, actually, I released a self-help meditation book, because I really believe in coloring. Has been very therapeutic for me. It helps me do a little bit of like introspection, because you kind of lose yourself in it. And so I created a book where it's for adults. On one side, it's coloring with empowering messages, and on the other, it has open-ended questions to help you help yourself. Just do a little bit of introspection and reflection and things of that nature.
That's amazing. What's it called?
It's called Mindfulness Adult Coloring Book and Journaling. And it's under the name Jigna, same company name.
Okay, great. Makda, thank you so much for this interview. It's
Thank
been
you.
such a delight.
Can
And
I,
we're
Jana?
so thankful you're not leaving the Sholder community. And
I would like to add one thing before I leave.
yeah.
Because earlier when you had asked me, I just remembered also a big part of what inspires me about Shoulder. I have great connections that I've made. One of very special souls being you, and I was lucky enough to have you as my leader, and Mark and so many people. But the most inspiring thing for me was even during training, all of the leaders brought their most authentic self, and they were vulnerable, like genuinely vulnerable, and my mind was blown away. That was so powerful to me, like bringing in your true self, the amount of strength to have to be vulnerable like that, and to show your true self and your naked emotions and all of your vulnerabilities, and then to have people witness how you come out of that is, I don't know if I have the right words for it, but nothing short of inspirational. So I want to make sure that I mention that.
Oh, that's beautiful, Makda. Thank you so much. And you are such a treat. I really enjoy just every moment I spend with you.
Me too.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This love fest has ended. And and I am so looking forward to seeing more of you in the Shoulder community.
Me too. Thank you, Adriana. Until next time.
Bye.